Okay, I just went swimming, so got my exercise in, got my laundry done. St. Michael says no more anger. And I heard that from Juan on CC's readings too. No more anger. The main card is the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. It's a yes card, and it says, the ace contains all the sparks for all the ideas, and they are generating immense power light for you right now. The Ace of Q, Ace of Questing, Ace of Wands. All the sparks of all the ideas. Okay. And we also heard from another reader today while I was swimming about being bold and doing it now. Okay, Ace of Questing. That's the energy that's coming off. No more anger, forgive everybody. And the Death card was in reverse also, and he had mentioned that also. So the Death card in reverse. Transformation. You have transformed. You are now ready to take on the bold and beautiful project that you have been thinking about. None of this, it's too risky, I'm too scared, none of that kind of stuff. You just go for it, okay? And that is the main energy right now. And as I said, I was swimming. I got my makeup back on. I just put a little eyeliner and lipstick on. So 7 o'clock in the morning in a nice heated pool. It was beautiful. Okay, so admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. St. Michael's on the thumbnail, and he's saying that there's no room for anger anymore. I keep repeating that because that's all he keeps saying. So you have to admit the truth to yourself. You have to forgive and move on. And the next card is forgiving yourself. You've done nothing wrong. Okay? So most of this anger and this unforgiveness is actually towards you and what you've done in your past lives and in your past this life. So we've got to get over it. Decide to be happy now and get over it. Pretty harsh, but that's what he's saying. Okay, then back to Ace of Questing and the Death card in reverse. He's saying that you're supposed to explore your options. Explore your options. Okay, and you do that by spending more time outdoors. Like I told you, I was swimming at 7 o'clock in the morning. Instead of doing this podcast, I went outside, meditated, hung wash, went swimming, and now it's almost 9 o'clock. So 2 hours. And from 5 to 7 in the morning, I was doing housework, changing the cat box, taking out the garbage. Now I'm going to do my spiritual, which is the podcast, and my AA Zoom that I put the link in on every video. So come join us. You don't have to talk. You can just watch. It's just a desire to stop drinking. Okay, so spend more time outdoors. Now we're going to go ahead and we've got the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is saying that you're doing everything, you're on the right path, you're the student, you're being a student, not a teacher, but it wants you to use your studentness and become the teacher more. Okay, so kind of like stop going down the rabbit hole and start teaching what you learned in the rabbit hole. The Five of Cups, that walking away from the jibber jabber. That's what this card looks like. She's walking away, and she's walking away from the jibber jabber. She's going like this. Bye bye. Bye bye, jibber jabber. Okay, and she's teaching what she learned in the rabbit hole. Now, for example, I'm going to do a shout out to Susan. I don't know if she's watching, but we talked early this morning about what we discovered in the rabbit hole. Now we're putting it into action, and we're also helping each other from what we learned in the rabbit hole and staying out of the rabbit hole. Okay, there's going to be a tornado of misinformation coming to the movie, and that affects you. So stay grounded, spend more time outdoors and not on YouTube. Night of Dynamism, a tornado of misinformation coming. My 5 of Wands is the searchlight. And I'm drawn to how the card is, the light is shining up here. Okay, that's where you got to keep your light. Keep shining it. The 5 of Wands. Keep shining it up here, not down here. Okay, and what do I mean by down there? The 6 of Cups, the past. Leave the past go and no more anger. Okay? Now we're going to get into a little bit of scripture because the world mission is upon us. There's the world card. And we have to stay in love, the Page of Cups. So I'm just going to read the scripture for today, and you guys can look it up later. It's Ephesians 4, verses 31 and 32. And it talks about not being angry. I am not mean. I'm not bad-tempered. I'm not angry. I will not quarrel. I will not say harsh words. These things should have no place in my life. Remember the girl saying, bye-bye. I am kind to my wife. I'm kind to my husband. I'm kind to my friends, family, tender-hearted, forgiving, just as God has forgiven me because I belong to Christ. Okay, now what that's telling me is love thy neighbor as thyself, right? But it's also telling me that God has forgiven me, so I need to forgive myself. So it's going back to this from St. Michael. Forgive yourself, for you've done nothing wrong. Admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly, and decide to be happy now. So he wanted me to repeat that, and then on top of it, he wanted me to tell you to honor and trust your feelings and be gentle with yourself, okay? And one of the things you can do besides keeping your sense of humor in all this is energy healing work, which we've already talked about, spending more time outdoors, and writing about your thoughts and your feelings. So I'm going to work some more on my book today that I'm writing. And I also have an AA process that I'm going to be teaching, hopefully someday physically. Right now it's all been one-on-one, and it's all been through the phone and Zoom. But hopefully I want to do a class in the future. Like I do on my spaceship, I want to bring it down here into 4 and 5D. But the time isn't quite yet, but it's coming. And it's all because I keep going forward in love. Okay? So the last thing I want to read is out of the Recovery Bible. And it says, a life of recovery is committed to knowing God better through prayer, meditation, and examining your life. And that's exactly what this whole message has been. It's been about no more anger. It's been all about you leaving the past and bringing on this new project. So you have to believe and trust. But the time is now. It's not later. 2 of Wands, be courageous and bold. And what did we just say? We said be bold. Okay. Now we are missing one more deck here. The World. Okay, that was the card. Now we're going to go a little bit deeper into the World. And we've got the 9 of Wands. Nines are the end of the old. That old fence has come down and you've got a new idea for the new fence. And you're going to run towards it and do it because you know it's the truth. You're going to be bold, beautiful, and truthful. And some of you have already started the project. I know Peter, if he's listening, he just started a music channel that I subscribe to. Ren, she's got a huge Laverian project going on. Susan and I are going to be live on that tonight. CK for Life. So we've got a lot going on, a lot of you. Tasha just moved and her Soul Connection video just popped up on my screen. She's got a new house. And she didn't want to move and she couldn't believe they were telling her to move, but she moved across state. So, you know, this is the Ten of Swords, the shit's behind us. Tens are done, and look at the next card. The shit's behind us, Death card, see? Just what I said, and there happens to be the next card. And you have lots of options. We just said that from St. Michael. Explore your options, Seven of Cups, with the Star card. This is your destiny. So we're just repeating ourselves now. We've got the King of Swords. So you know the truth. You know what you want to do. You need to be the queen of you, the creativity card. So it all just repeated itself, came back into a loop. So there we have it. Thank you guys for listening. And that's it. It's time. It's time to be bold and courageous and no malice. Okay, thank you for listening.